All right, so get this, everybody. We are diving into the crazy world of Black Friday TV deals for 2024. We're focusing on the US and Canada today, where things are already getting wild.
It really is a chaotic landscape out there. Those old Black Friday rules, yeah, they're gone. But we're here to help you make sense of it all.
Exactly. We've been going through tons of information like the live updates from Tom's Guide, and whoa, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. And one of the biggest things we're seeing is this Black Friday creep. It's not just a catchy name, it's actually changing everything.
Okay, Black Friday creep. Sounds kind of spooky. Is it like the deals are slowly taking over earlier and earlier each year?
Yeah, that's it. Deals used to be just a weekend thing, but now we're seeing Black Friday sales weeks ahead of time, which is exciting, but can be overwhelming too.
Like the race has already started and we're all sprinting to grab those deals.
That's a good way to put it. And it's not just us saying this. The Tom's Guide editor actually got their first OLED TV, an LG 65-inch C2, during Black Friday a while back and still loves it.
Wow, so even the pros are jumping on these early deals. That's saying something. But isn't it risky? What if prices drop even more when Black Friday actually gets here?
That's a good point. There's always a chance prices might go up and down. But here's the thing. Those really popular TVs, especially those high-end OLED and mini LED ones, tend to sell out super fast.
So wait too long and you might miss the TV you're looking for.
I see.
I see what you mean. Black Friday creep is making us make some tough choices early on, huh?
It is a balancing act, trying to decide between a good deal now and the chance of a slightly better one later. But honestly, a few bucks difference might not be worth missing out on your dream TV.
Okay, I'm starting to understand why it's more important than ever to stay informed. Let's jump into some of the trends we're seeing in these early deals, specifically in the US and Canada. What are you noticing?
Well, the thing that really jumps out is the huge range of deals. We're seeing everything from budget TVs starting as low as like $69 all the way up to giant 100-inch screens that are basically home theaters.
Whoa, that's quite a spread. Sounds like there's something for everyone, no matter what their budget or screen size preferences.
You got it. And the good deals aren't just on those basic models either. We're seeing big discounts on the premium TVs, the OLEDs, mini LEDs, the whole shebang. Black Friday is making those fancy technologies way more affordable.
That's awesome news for anyone who's been wanting to upgrade to one of those awesome cinematic experiences at home. But with so many choices, it's easy to get lost. Anything specific stand out to you in the Tom's Guide article?
Definitely. They have a quick link section that highlights some super interesting deals. One that I think our listeners would like is the TCL 55-inch QM7 mini LED TV. Great for gamers and a really good price right now.
Oh, mini LED. We'll have to talk more about that tech later. What else?
Another good one is the LG 48-inch B4 series 4K OLED TV. It's an entry-level OLED, but still has amazing features, and the discount is pretty huge.
Wow, an OLED at that price. I need to check that out.
And for those who want to go big, they also mention a massive 100-inch Hisense U76N ULED 4K TV. It's got all the bells and whistles and gives you that truly immersive experience, all at a much lower price thanks to Black Friday.
Okay, those are seriously tempting. But before we get lost in the Black Friday madness, I think we need to understand what makes these different TV technologies so cool. Let's start with OLEDs. Why are they considered the best for picture quality, and what should our listeners look for in an OLED deal?
Great question. OLEDs are all about those deep blacks, incredible contrast, and vibrant, almost real-life colors. It's a truly awesome viewing experience, and Black Friday is the perfect time to see what all the hype is about.
I'm already feeling that add to cart urge.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
To really get why OLEDs are so special, picture this. You're staring up at a night sky far away from any city lights.
Okay, I'm imagining a sky full of stars. How does that relate to TVs?
So with a regular LED TV, those stars would look kind of washed out because the backlight is always on, even in those dark scenes. But with an OLED, each tiny pixel makes its own light. So when a pixel needs to be black, it just turns off completely.
Oh, I get it. So instead of a grayish black, you get a true deep black that makes those stars really pop.
Exactly. And because you have that perfect black as your base, the contrast between light and dark areas is amazing. It's like the difference between looking at a picture and actually being there.
Okay, now I'm starting to see why people love OLEDs.
Hmm.
But they haven't always been affordable, right?
True, they used to be pretty pricey. But as technology has gotten better, the prices have come down a lot, especially during sales like Black Friday.
So it's like that super expensive fashion brand that suddenly becomes more attainable during a big sale.
Perfect analogy. And speaking of deals, the Tom's Guide article talks about a few OLED models that are worth checking out. One that's really interesting is the LG C4 4K OLED TV. It's LG's top-of-the-line model, and it comes in a bunch of different sizes to fit any need and budget.
Top of the line. That sounds fancy. What makes it so special?
Well, it's packed with cool features like a 120 hertz refresh rate, Dolby Vision HDR for amazing picture quality, and even Amazon Alexa built right in so you can control it with your voice. It's basically the whole package.
Okay, I'm definitely adding that to my research list. What other OLEDs are standing out to you?
Another one worth looking at is the Samsung 55-inch S90D 4K OLED TV. It uses Samsung's newest processor, which means even better picture quality and upscaling for anything that's not already 4K.
Upscaling. That's for making those old DVDs and Blu-rays look better on a 4K screen, right?
Yep. And this model also has awesome audio. It has Dolby Atmos and object tracking sound light, which creates a more immersive sound.
So it's like having a mini home theater system built right into the TV.
You could say that. And finally, for those who want a good balance between fancy features and price, the Sony Bravia 8 4K OLED TV is a good choice. It's right in the middle of Sony's more expensive models, with great picture quality and a smooth 120 hertz refresh rate.
So it's like the Goldilocks of Sony OLEDs. Not too expensive, not too basic, just right. These OLED deals sound amazing, but let's not forget about the other trends in the TV world. You mentioned Mini LED earlier. What exactly is that, and how does it compare to OLED?
Mini LED is a newer technology that's getting really popular and for good reason. Basically, it uses thousands of tiny LEDs as the backlight, which gives you way more control over brightness and contrast compared to regular LED TVs.
So you're saying mini LEDs can get deeper blacks and brighter highlights than regular LEDs?
Exactly. They might not be as perfectly black as OLEDs, but they come pretty close. Plus, they're usually brighter overall, which is good for rooms with lots of natural light.
Makes sense. Sounds like mini LED could be a great choice for people who want a really good picture but aren't ready to go all in on OLED.
Totally. And another trend we're seeing across the board, no matter the technology, is more and more TVs having 120 hertz refresh rates, especially the higher-end models.
As a gamer, I love to hear that. Higher refresh rate means smoother motion and faster response times, which is super important for those fast-paced games.
For sure, it's becoming a must-have for serious gamers, and luckily we're seeing it more often even on those mid-range TVs. And of course, we can't talk about TVs without mentioning smart TV platforms.
Absolutely. Streaming is everything these days, and having a good smart TV platform is essential.
I agree. The most common platforms we're seeing are Roku, Google TV, and Fire TV. They all give you access to tons of streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and a whole bunch more.
It's like having all the entertainment you could ever want right there on your TV. But with Black Friday going on, buying a new TV can feel super overwhelming. What are some tips our listeners can use to handle all this and find the best deals?
Good question. The Tom's Guide article actually has a really helpful FAQ section about this. First, they say stick with 4K resolution. It's the standard now for a reason, and you'll get the best picture quality for your money.
Good point. 4K is like the basic requirement these days. You don't want to get stuck with an old 1080p TV.
Exactly. Another thing they say is be careful about those extended warranties. Most new TVs already have a 1-year warranty, and your credit card might give you extra protection, so an extended warranty might not be worth the extra cost.
That's good advice. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and buy extra stuff you don't really need.
Definitely. And for refurbished TVs, they say be cautious. They might seem like a good deal because they're cheaper, but you never know what kind of shape they'll be in. Plus, shipping a big TV back if you have to return it can be a pain.
So it's best to think about the risks and the savings before jumping on a refurbished deal.
Exactly. And last but not least, they recommend looking at older models, especially those from 2023. You can find some amazing deals, and you're not really missing out on a ton of features.
That's a smart idea. Sometimes last year's model is just as good, especially if you're not looking for the absolute newest tech.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that balance between price and what you get.
Okay, we've talked about a lot today, from the craziness of Black Friday creep to OLEDs and mini LEDs. But before we wrap up, I'm curious, are there any TVs we talked about that you'd personally buy this Black Friday?
It's a tough choice. So many good ones out there. I do love a good OLED, so that LG C4 is definitely tempting. But for the price, that TCL QM7 mini LED sounds like a pretty sweet deal, especially for gaming.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like trying to pick your favorite dessert. They all sound delicious. But that's the fun of Black Friday, right? The excitement of finding the perfect deal for you and your budget.
Exactly. You got to know what's important to you and be ready to jump on a deal when you see it. And remember, this is just the beginning of Black Friday. The deals are going to keep coming and the competition is going to get even tougher.
So we need to stay alert, keep our eyes open, and be ready to act fast.
You got it. Being prepared is key. Knowing what you want, setting a budget, and remembering all those trends we talked about will make all the difference.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our deep dive into these Black Friday TV deals, what's the most important thing you want our listeners to remember?
Don't wait to start looking. That Black Friday creep is no joke, and the best deals might not last long. Start doing your research now, compare those prices, and be ready to pull the trigger when you find the right TV for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a wild world out there, but if you know what you're doing and have a plan, you can conquer those Black Friday deals and walk away with a brand new TV that'll take your home entertainment to the next level.
And remember, even if you don't see the perfect deal right away, don't give up. Black Friday is a marathon, not a sprint. There'll be plenty of chances to snag that dream TV.
Here's something to think about, maybe a challenge even. After hearing about all these trends and deals, which TV from today's talk would you want the most? What features are most important to you?
It's a tough call, but we want to know what you're thinking. Tell us in the comments, and happy hunting. May you find the best deals out there.
And until next time, happy shopping, and may your Black Friday be full of amazing deals and awesome viewing experiences. See you all in the digital checkout line.
Ooh, that is a tough one. Lots of good choices, but I think I'd have to go with, well, maybe the LG C4. I mean, that OLED picture quality is hard to beat, but then there's that TCL QM7 mini LED. That price is really attractive, especially if you're a gamer. It's like,
I know, right? So hard to choose. It's like a kid in a candy store with all these amazing TVs. But that's kind of what Black Friday is all about, right? It's that thrill of the hunt, finding a deal that's just right for you and what you want to spend.
totally. It's about figuring out your priorities and being ready to grab a deal when you see it. And hey, this is just the start of Black Friday, right? There are going to be even more deals coming out, and it's only going to get crazier out there.
So basically, we got to be ready for anything, keep our eyes peeled, and be ready to make a move.
Exactly. The more prepared you are, the better. Know what you want, set a budget, and remember all those trends we talked about. That'll make a huge difference.
For sure. So to wrap up our Black Friday TV deal deep dive, what's the one thing you want listeners to take away from all this?
Don't wait to start your research. Black Friday creep is a real thing, and those top deals can disappear fast. Start checking things out now, compare those prices, and be ready to pounce when you find that perfect TV.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, it's a wild world out there, but with a little knowledge and a plan, you can totally dominate those Black Friday deals and score an awesome new TV that'll make your home entertainment setup even better.
Absolutely. And don't forget, even if you don't find that dream deal right away, don't worry. Black Friday is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll have lots of chances to find what you're looking for.
Here's a final thought, something to ponder maybe.
Yeah.
Think about all the trends and deals we talked about. Which TV would be in the top of your wish list? And what features are most important to you?
That's a tough one, but we'd love to hear what you're thinking. Share your thoughts in the comments, and happy hunting. Hope you all find some amazing deals.
Yes. Happy shopping, everyone, and may your Black Friday be full of awesome deals and fantastic viewing experiences. We'll see you in the digital checkout line.